Alright guys, there's only going to be one video today, which is unique for me. Normally we do like 3 or 4 a day, but yeah, just one. We're going to talk about NBC caught faking stuff yet again. Oh my god, really? Anyway, let's jump into it. Oops, sorry, that's not the right one. Let's move that down here. Good start. Great start there. NBC admits, no, not that one, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. NBC admits Chuck Todd Meet the Press deceptively edit Barr's remarks on Flynn. So NBC News Chuck Todd aired a deceptive edit clip of Attorney Barr General addressing Michael Flynn case during his Meet the Press broadcast on Sunday, prompting the network to concede the mistake hours later. But there's still no word on whether Todd will apologize on air. Asked by CBS News' Catherine Hedgen how history would judge the DOJ's decision on move to dismiss the Flynn case, Barr initially responded laughing, "Well, history is written by the winners, so it largely depends on who's winning or writing the history." So it depends on who's writing the history. After the brief clip aired, Todd remarked that he was struck by the cynicism of the answer. That's a correct answer, but he's the Attorney General. He didn't make the case that he was upholding the rule of law. He was almost admitting that, yeah, this was a political job. In the full clip, which NBC show did not air, Barr immediately went on to state explicitly that, in fact, he felt that Flynn's decision upheld the rule of law. Quote, "I think a fair history would say that it's a good decision because it upheld the rule of law," Barr said. "It held up the standards of the Department of Justice and it undid what was an injustice." The Daily Caller's Greg Price had called out this edit earlier Sunday. Very disappointed by the deceptive editing commentary by Chuck Todd on Meet the Press on AG Barr's CBS interview, DOJ spokeswoman Kerry Knebek wrote, "Compare the two transcripts below. Not only did the AOG make the case make the case in the very answer Chuck said he didn't. He also..." That doesn't make sense. Not only did the AOG make the case in the very answer Chuck said he didn't. Okay. He also did multiple times throughout the interview. In response, the Meet the Press Twitter account posted, "You're correct. Earlier today, we inadvertently and inaccurately cut short a clip of the interview with ARG Barr before offering commentary and analysis. The remaining clip included the important remarks from the Attorney General that we missed and that we regret the error." Can we talk about how many errors these news teams always seem to make and how the errors always seem to go one way? Has anybody else noticed that? The errors that they seem to make always seem to favour the left and never favour the right. If it was an error, you'd think at least one of those mistakes would be in favour of the right, right? You would think. If we're going to make mistakes, you think they'd make mistakes that would be on both sides. It wouldn't be just slanted one way. Does anybody actually think that this was a mistake? Or do people think that they deceptively edited it and then got caught the hand in the cookie jar and then issued a retraction? Like the personal favourite quote that I keep hearing is, "Journalists aren't news journalists anymore, they're activists." But anyway. Inadvertently strikes again and tweeted independent journalism Mike Cernovich. But the show did not say it would apologize on air. NBC News did not respond to Fox News' request for information about an on-air apology either. A tweet in no way covers the error, wrote Federalist Molly Hellingworth. A lot of people are rightly angry at Chuck Todd for willingly lying about AG Barr's comments on rule of law. But Joe and NBC also did it days ago. These intentional lies in the service of false narratives have gone on for years. Infuriating, that was a reference in part to NBC's Joe Scarborough sharing the debunked, deceptively edited clip of Vice Pence handling boxes of PPE, which is something we didn't actually get to cover. There was a lot of news that day, and we just missed it, to be honest. But yeah, they claim that Vice Pence was handling empty boxes of PPE. Was actually incorrect. He was actually lifting full boxes. He joked about lifting the empty one for a camera shot, but they cut out the part where he was actually moving the real boxes. Blogger Jim Trencher, a journalist, Tim Pool, were among many other influential commentators explicitly seeking an on-air apology. Late Saturday, President Trump tweeted that sleepy-eyed Chuck Todd should be fired, saying he knew exactly what he was doing, and I would agree with that. On the recommendations of the U.S. Attorney Jeff Jensen, who served as an FBI agent for more than a decade, the Justice Department on Thursday moved to drop its case against Flynn. The stunning development came after the intense memos were released, raising serious questions about the nature of the investigation that led to Flynn's late 2017 guilty plea of lying to the FBI, and his legal fees mounted. One of the documents that was top official's handwriting memo debating whether the FBI's goal was to get him to lie so that we can prosecute him or get him fired. Other materials showed efforts by anti-Trump FBI agent Peter Strzok to pursue Flynn on increasingly flimsy legal grounds. The FBI possessed word-of-word transcripts of Flynn's December 2016 conversations with Russian ambassador and publicly admitted to reviewing those transcripts and clearing Flynn of any wrongdoing. But the FBI's leak to the Washington Post then claimed the FBI cleared Flynn, which was published just days before the Flynn White House interview, may have been an effort to lower his guard. Both during the January 24th, 2017, the White House interview that led to Flynn's prosecution of the count of lying to the FBI, the Bureau acknowledged having those full transcripts, raising the questions of why agents would need to ask Flynn about what he said during the call with Khrushchev, I might be mispronouncing, except potentially as a pretext to obtain a false statement charge, which is what we said at the time. Flynn was accused specifically of giving equivalent and evasive answers to the FBI agents in the White House during the casual interview concerning those phone calls, but no transcript of the conversation existed, except after the fact FBI notes of the interview with Stock and Peter and Joe Penteca were the primary evidence. Strzok later was removed from the special counsel Robert Mueller's team when his anti-Trump messages surfaced, and Penteca has been under scrutiny for his roles in various Trump probes. Penteca, I might be mispronouncing, has been scrubbed from the FBI website after Fox News asked the Bureau about him, and several Republican lawmakers have been seeking to question him. Look, at the end of the day, and also even the Daily Callers come out and said, edit of Barr and Meet the Press. It's been deceptively edited. Look, at the end of the day, is anybody surprised right now? Mainstream media strikes again. They really, really do. Look, to be honest, I don't think it was a mistake. I think they're doing this intentionally. I think they knew exactly what they were doing. And to be honest, I think they did it intentionally because they wanted that soundbite. They wanted to go through and to blast to their audience about how bad Flynn was. And AG Barr was, because they're trying to get AG Barr fired. AG Barr is looking into this whole Mueller case. He's looking into, whether it was a partisan hack or whatnot. There is a whole bunch of things that AG Barr is looking into right now that could go very, very badly for the Democrats. He's even looking into the Obama situation. So at the end of the day, there is a very good reason to get him fired and get him replaced with someone who might necessarily go after Obama or someone of the Democrats. If they can get someone on their side, then at the end of the day, that's going to be a better job for them. And that's what I think this is all about. It's getting rid of AG Barr. Because he's a threat. He is a threat to them. He's defending Trump, which is his job, for the most part anyway. Trump hasn't done anything wrong. And the walls are starting to close in, to borrow one of their catchphrases. The walls are starting to close in the deep state. and they're feeling tiny bit squished. They're not used to this. They're used to being in charge and being in power. And now they have an AG Barr that is going after them, and they're starting to panic. So, yeah, it makes complete sense as to why they're going after him. But I don't think they'll do it. And look, at the end of the day, you know, people have been asking, you know, should we fire AG Barr? And they're starting to ask these sort of questions. Trump's not going to fire him. You kidding? Right? He hasn't done anything wrong to fire him in the first place. So, you know, get over it. But, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. To be honest, this will be probably the only video today. There is a situation in Australia here with protesters being arrested over the weekend. Maybe I might cover that tomorrow night. I'm kind of tired, so I want to go to bed. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.